Hey G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review. And today we're going to wind the clock back a little bit to 1987 to one of the more interesting vehicles of the time. It is the Cobra jetpack. Yeah, this thing is quite interesting. It took the place of the very iconic Cobra claw, which was throughout the entire Sunbow series. The claw is a personal favorite of mine for a small vehicle, but the Cobra jetpack is really quite interesting. By 1987, things started getting a little bit weird for G.I. Joe. They started going off into the less military style toys to more sci-fi action, and that put a lot of collectors off during that time, especially after the G.I. Joe movie came out, the animated movie, when Cobra Law was introduced, and I liked it personally, but it really soured a lot of people, and people had stopped collecting G.I. Joe because of that. And they had mentioned that in their videos, and to me personally as well. So, but for me, I didn't mind the sci-fi stuff in G.I. Joe because it appealed to both of my interests at that time, science fiction and G.I. Joe. So it correlated very well for me. But the whole Cobra Law thing, yeah, that was a little bit weird. But the figures, you know, my brother and I received for Christmas, and I didn't mind them. They were pretty cool. So my memories of this jetpack actually came from my friend John. He had just about everything in G.I. Joe, and his mom would take him shopping every Friday, and he would come home with something new with G.I. Joe. So Saturday morning would come, and I'd be over there, and he had the jetpack, and I looked at that and thought, hey, this is pretty interesting. It's I thought it was actually very cool at that time. The box art shows Crystal Ball flying it, and I loved Crystal Ball. I still do. I mean, is a very cool action figure. We played with him quite a bit, especially with Dr. Mindbender. They both worked together. So both of those guys really appealed to me and still do to this day. The memories that I had of this, outside of John getting it, I remember we played with it all day that day because it was new, and after that we didn't really play with it that much. And that was actually the year that he went back to his dad's house in Colorado for Christmas and didn't come back. He opted to live with his dad after that. So that pretty much ended our friendship. You know, it just broke my heart, because that guy was my best friend. But I still hung out with his mom, still visited her, and she didn't have any more children at home, so she was taking it really rough. So she would take me out shopping and take me to the mall and stuff like that. So it was really neat. I enjoyed spending my days, spending days with her. So anyway, let's go ahead and pull up some artwork, the box art for this. I love the box art on this vehicle. So 1 second, I'll pull those up for you. I just love this. Here I am talking for 5 minutes and didn't press record. So the box art on that is really cool. It still is. It really appeals to me. To this day, I remember just being enthralled by it as a kid and just studying it, and to me that was something I wanted to keep. I wanted to keep the boxes, but you know, Mom always threw them out, simply because she didn't want us to have a bunch of junk laying around the house, and she didn't see the value behind these, and I did. I saw that these things were really pretty, really cool, and they were pieces of art to me, and sometimes I would cut off the pictures that I liked and hang them up on my wall. So anyway, this was released in '87, was sold until 1989. The original retail price was $1.89. Not bad at all. That gave kids with a little bit of money to have a chance to buy a vehicle. And you know, for those kids such as myself that really didn't have the means to buy the larger vehicles, and that was something that my parents usually reserved for Christmas, to get us things like that. So there are no known versions of the 1987 to exist, but one came out as a Target exclusive in 2009. It looks exactly the same. They just updated the hand grips on it and the back peg to fit a modern action figure. That was a part of the Rise of Cobra line. It came with a pilot, but it was the same vehicle altogether. And in 2017 there was a exclusive that came out as a part of the Collectors Club, but it was released on the International Convention at Lake Buena Vista, Florida. It was the Cobra Bat rocket glider. It came bagged, 2 to a set. So when I first saw this, I thought it was a Dreadnought glider, but when I saw Bat, it made more sense to me. So you did get 2 of them in a bag, which was pretty nice, and the retail value of that at the time was $58.60. So I'll pull up a picture of all of those for you guys as well, so you get to see these. I didn't know about the Bat glider until I started doing research into this. You know, I absolutely love the colors on that Bat glider. You have the black, green, and some orange that kind of resembled the Bats back in the 1990s. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this very cool toy, very reminiscent of my childhood. All right, so here it is, the Cobra Jetpack. Very, very interesting toy. You can see it's done up in that kind of a blood red color that was used with the Dreadnought Thunder machine. Here on the top you have 4 cannons attached to a tail fin, and we have tail fins here on the side, and there's some machinery here on the top. These cannons are really cool looking. Very well detailed for a small vehicle. They do raise and lower, but they don't want to stay up on mine. I don't remember if they were intended to stay up or not. Here on the front was the jet intake and the exhaust. It came with 2 identical missiles. These are pretty lackluster. Just a very generic looking missile. There is no left or right missile. They slot right here onto the wing. Even the Cobra Claw came with 2 very small missiles, and those 2 were really quite generic. Here you can see the Cobra emblem and some designation numbering, a danger sticker indicating for the missile. Still the same on that side. I'm not sure what this emblem represents, but something for Cobra. This is beware of blast here on the back, and panel removal, but panels do not remove, and the intake stickers. These came with quite a few decals for a small vehicle, and I'm really surprised that it says danger right here, because Cobra didn't really seem to care about their troops. And here on the bottom it says 1987, Hasbro Incorporated, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, all rights reserved. The figure would peg right here into the back, and you can see that there are some stress marks on that back peg, so that's something to look out for. Then here on the control panel, you could see that one of the handholds are broken off. These are pretty thick, so I wouldn't attempt sticking a action figure's hands into these, but you could see that there's some, try to get that in, you can see that there's some machinery detail on there. Let's just pop that off and look at it. There we go. Some really nice detail. Looks like there's some control panels right here. They did not skimp on the details for these things back then, which is really quite nice. Missiles fall off easy on mine, but you know, it's quite old, so I somewhat expect that. But yeah, there's the parts that are easily lost on this, obviously, are the missiles. I'm not sure how that hand peg broke off, but or hand grip broke off, but watch out for the back peg, because this is that harder plastic, and it obviously does become frail over the years. But otherwise, this is a very interesting vehicle. It's definitely not a replacement for the Claw for me, but for the kids that missed the Claw, at least got some sort of a individual propulsion system for their Cobra troops. Yeah, this thing is, it is interesting. It's a very unique design to it, and it is appealing to the eye. But you know, I'm a Cobra Claw fan, and that one by far was much better. It looks like it has the capacity to glide. This one looks like it would just drop like a rock if it ran out of fuel or shot down or got damaged in battle. It would just drop like a rock. But of course, in the cartoon, everybody ejected safely, you know, to minimize the violence of it. So let's go ahead and get into my favorite segment of Byron's Gripes. Thank you for all those who are joining and who have got up to this point, thank you very much for putting up with all my talking. I love to share memories and tell stories about my childhood with G.I. Joe. I do Byron's Gripes as a means of entertainment only, as also educational. I shouldn't say just entertainment only, but educational, to give you an idea of what to expect when purchasing one of the items that I'm talking about for the first time collectors. I found it very helpful when I started seriously getting back into collecting, when I would get help on prices. Is this a good price? Should I wait? Blah blah blah. So I do this to help you guys out as well. I use eBay just for a reference. I don't use it to pick on eBay or the sellers. Both eBay, it's a great site. I use it often. And the sellers I just won't pick on. You could, if you want to bully, find them somewhere else. It won't be on this channel. So eBay is a quick reference. There are many other sites out there that do sell vintage G.I. Joe. So they're out there. There's a lot out there, but I do encourage you to shop at your local comic stores and vintage toy stores. Even hit up yard sales and thrift shops. You never know what you'll find in there. So here we go. Here's one right off the bat. $17.98. That comes with the blueprints. I'll put that up with deal of the day. Here's one, $19.99. I wouldn't. That's like on the high end of what I would pay for it. Here's one, $24.99. That's a little too expensive for my taste, especially for something this small and this common. Here are the gray hand grips that I was showing you that easily come off, so that could be another part that's easily lost or broken. $6.02. Here's one for 48 bucks, but it comes with the box and the blueprint, so I'm going to put that up a deal of the day, because the box by itself is a treasure, and those do sell quite expensively. $16.20 for another one that's complete, deal of the day. Set of 2 missiles, $8 or better offer. I wouldn't pay $8 for 2 of those. $19.45. Here's one that's mint in box, $69.99. Definitely deal of the day. The missiles, $5 each. I personally wouldn't pay more than $2.99 for these. Here's another hand grip for $2.50. Here's one that's incomplete, missing the missiles, $15. Here's 2 sets of missiles for $8.50. The cannon at the top, $2.99. I'll put that with deal of the day. Blueprints, $5 or better offer. Deal of the day on that. Here's another one that comes with the blueprints, but missing missiles, $19.50. Here's one, $15.99. Here's another one that comes with the box, $49.99. One missing missiles, $9.95. Oh, and the hand controls, so you could still buy those and come in way under the highest price that's being asked. Just watch your shipping. Here are the blueprints. These look like they were photocopies. They're selling them for $7.50, so watch out for that. The blueprints, it's being offered as the 1987 jetpack, but watch out for that. The vintage blueprints are done up in blue. I fell for that once and bought a photocopy because I had forgot that they were in blue, but I ended up with that vehicle. It was anyway, it's a long story. So watch out for that. The vintage are in blue. Here's another one, 1999. Here's one. Wow, this one comes with the box blueprints, a glider, and another glider that's bagged. The same 87 glider. $89.96. So I'll put that up with deal of the day since you're getting all of that. Here's one, $24.99. Looks like the missiles are averaging out at $5 each. Here's just the body of the glider, $3.53, or jetpack, sorry, $3.53. The guns, $4. Here is a modern jetpack, $3.99, but we're not discussing that one. I could tell it's modern because it has that small back peg. Look out for that as well. Look at the pictures because the Rise of Cobra looks so very much like this one. Watch for the back peg on that one. $42 for one that comes with the box. Here's another one complete, $15.99. Deal of the day for this one, $10. It's complete. 2 sets of missiles, $10. Here's another one, $19.99 or better offer, missing the missiles. $13.99 for a pair of missiles. I don't think so. My gosh, the greed behind some of this. $24.99, $21.99 for another one. Both of those complete. So as you can tell, there are quite a few of these available. Quite a few. Oh, here we go. Missiles, $4.50. Blueprints, $8.95. A little high, but still high end of normal for my taste. So guys, this is by no means rare. No rush in going out and getting one of these. Here's a sticker sheet that's none of the stickers are removed, so if you're looking for the original stickers, bam, right here, $20. I'll put that up with deal of the day. But Toy Hacks is an excellent reproduction of these, so that's something to check out. If you want to add new decals to your vehicle, definitely check out Toy Hacks. They are craftsmen at what they do. So there are several pages of this. You could even, there are several of them that are listed mint in box. Here's one mint in box, $199. That's greed as well. Joe-flation, the inflation of G.I. Joe, Joe-flation. So definitely several pages on that. I went through like 9 pages just talking to you guys, and there were more, so I wasn't going to waste your time on that anymore. So this is by no means a rare vehicle. So take your time buying it, shop around, look for good prices before you just spring on one. That's my opinion on that. Is I've done that, got a little antsy and jumped on the first thing I saw that I thought was a good price, and then I'm looking through all the pages on eBay, and all of a sudden I find one that's like $5 or $6 cheaper and in better condition. Like, oh my gosh. So patience is the key on that one. So anyway, guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you got your subscriptions. This channel has just really taken off, and that means a lot to me. There was one of you that reached out to me inquiring about the shipment on the Ram Cycle. Please give me your email so I can get that out to you, so I can get your address, or you can email me here at the bottom of the screen at buccaneer74@gmail.com. Send me an email with your address so I can get that out to you, please. I would love for you to get that vehicle as promised. I want to stand good on the promise, because you did reach out to me. Those who didn't reach out or don't reach out, miss out. But you reached out to me within the deadline, and so you still qualify. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Let's get this, this channel is already a success for me. I would like to see it grow more. That way I could give out more prizes. That's the joy of it. And leave me a comment. That means a lot to me too. I do answer back. That's the one of the funner parts of this hobby slash job is to hear back from you guys. That's a lot of fun. So anyway, take care. We'll see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. Until then, remember, be kind to everyone. You never know what kind of day somebody is having. Be kind to yourselves as well. That's very important. And be kind to your animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. So, see you later.